Nigeria's economy, like many across the world, has been grappling with significant challenges. High inflation, low oil production, and inadequate infrastructure have severely hampered economic growth. Amid these daunting conditions, President Bola Tinubu believes that government alone cannot drive recovery. He emphasizes the need for private sector support to achieve his ambitious plans, particularly to address the country's losses in oil and gas and its abysmal level of electricity generation, which he describes as shameful.
It's Nigeria that is calling, not Ebola Tinubu. As a nation, it's so shameful that we are about 4.5 gigawatts. We must increase our oil production too to 2 million barrels per day within the next few months. Remove all barriers for entry investment into the sector to enhance competitiveness. Food security is essential. I have declared a state of emergency on food security, and we must increase our staple crops by smallholder farmers. We are going to improve on mechanization.
Wale Edun, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, announces the government's 2 trillion naira economic stabilization plan, targeting critical sectors.
In an emergency plan to cover the next 6 months, which Mr. President had directed that a combination of his own economic management team and the subnationals, the governorship, the governor's level, and the private sector put together for his consideration. And the sum of that very important exercise is that a 2 trillion naira package involving 350 billion naira funding for health and social welfare, 500 billion naira funding for agriculture and food security, 500 billion for the energy and power sector, and general business support of about 650 billion.
He provides further details on the economic plan to include targeted infrastructure.
There is a range of executive orders which Mr. President has signed and which are being gazetted to ease the cost of doing business at this particular time. There are a number of funding which will reduce the cost of interest, reduce the interest rate for certain sectors in the economy, the small and medium scale in particular, but also some larger companies. But in addition, there are 2 major projects that have been long in the making that this government has had the commitment to complete. The Ajaokuta Kaduna Kano gas pipeline is expected to be completed by the end of this year and latest first quarter next year. Secondly, the OB3 pipeline that carries gas from the east of the Niger Delta to the west.
Prominent business leaders, including Aliko Dangote and Tony Elumelu, have pledged their support for the government's efforts. They will serve on the council for 1 year to help implement the plan.
I keep saying our own issues are not that bad. This economy can be turned around within few months, and I think we're on that way. I must really thank His Excellency, Mr. President, for inaugurating this council.
It's all about giving economic hope to our people. It's all about creating jobs, for our young ones. So we hope that with the private sector working with the federal government under President Tinubu, that things will begin to improve.
The Presidential Economic Coordination Council, inaugurated on Thursday, brings together top government officials from both the executive and legislative branches, along with private sector leaders, to implement the plan and report monthly to the President. Adesua Omorwan, Arise News.